Hi, I'm Dalen and welcome back to Book Club, the Song of Achilles. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Book Club. We have a brand new series we're reading. I'm super pumped. It is hard to come off such a great book such as The Long Game and a great series along with Heated Rivalry. It's hard to find something to follow that up. However, this book, I feel like, was the perfect thing to read after that. Holy biscuits. This book, let me just tell you. This book has been the wind beneath my wings, the light at the end of my tunnel, my reason for living. I love this book. I love it. How are we feeling about it? Obviously, we've read chapters 1 through 11. How are you feeling about it? You know, where are you at? What do we think so far? Obviously, tell me as we go through. But I have a lot of thoughts on it, so I'm excited to get into it. If you are new to Book Club and have never been here before, basically it's just a community club-like space. We read a couple chapters a week, and then we come back to discuss it together as a group. So if you have not done your reading, please do. We're reading the book Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and we have read chapters 1 through 11. So if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and go do that, and then come back afterwards. All right, let's start. I'll be honest. I had to kind of shackle myself down to get me to read my chapters. I really wasn't feeling it. It's hard for me to and I'm sure this is a common experience, to leave a world and characters that you've spent so much time with, getting to know and understanding and learning and living with. So it's hard to almost break up with that and to jump into something entirely different. Not only is this a different story, but it's such a different world than the Long Game world is. So it was really hard for me to kind of get into the mindset of reading something completely new and different, especially because of the way it's written. And this isn't a read. I'm not dissing The Long Game, but both Heated Rivalry and The Long Game, and I'm sure the books of the entire Game Changer series, has this simple writing is how I would describe it. It's not bad. The stories aren't simple, and the deepness of the stories aren't simple. It's just the writing is. When we were reading those chapters, I kind of blew through them, and I could read all 12 chapters in one day, you know? Whereas this book, because it's set with Greek mythology in that kind of era of the world, it's written in such a dialect that, and maybe it's just because I'm slow, I'm a dim person, I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, you know? So it took me 3 days to read the chapters, instead of with The Long Game, it only took me 1 day to read them. So I definitely have to sit longer with this book than I usually have had to, but at the same damn time, I love the way this book is written. Love the way this book is written. It is probably one of my favorite things about it. A lot of what we will be talking about are just random quotes that I just like. They might not really, contribute to whatever we're talking about at the time or have a lot of weight, but I just like the dialect, bro. Just the way it's worded, it gets me going. Not like that. Not like that. But it gives me this how many times can I say it gives me this butterfly-y fluttery feeling in my chest and my stomach. It makes me excited to read, and it's purely off of the way it's written. Yes, the story is really good, we're gonna talk about it in just a second, but it's the way that it's written. I love it. And you know when a book is good, when you've been reading it and then you have to go to work or go do something you don't really want to do and all you're thinking about is it. That's what this did to me. I read a couple chapters in the morning and then I would go to work, and my entire shift I would just be thinking about this book. Oh. Wow, I am, Yes. So let's start with chapter 1. Boom, main character, Patroclus. He's 5 years old. Horrible relationship with his father. Fuck that guy. Mother is kind of dumb. I don't really understand what's going on with her. I can't tell if she's like actually stupid, actually, or if she has some kind of like dementia, Alzheimer's thing going on, because Patroclus mentions that she just like forgets him sometimes. And I don't know how heavy to take that, like forgets you, like you're not real kind of thing, or like neglectful and she forgets you exist kind of way, you know? Some things are left to understanding of a higher level than I am. Like some things are, because of the way it's written, are said, and I think it's for you to just like get. However, again, I'm a little slow. So some of the things they say, I have to really battle to like, is she dumb actually? I don't know. I feel like the average person would be able to get what they're picking up what they're putting down. I can't. So, you know, maybe I'm gonna kind of ask for some clarification from you guys here and there, because I just haven't gotten some things. My eye catches on a light head among dozens of dark, trousled crowns. I lean forward to see, hair lit like honey in the sun, and within it, glints of gold, the circlet of a prince. He is shorter than the others, and still plump with childhood in a way they are not. His hair is long and tied back with leather. It burns against the dark, bare skin of his back. His face, when he turns, is serious as a man's. I watch King... Peleus. That is not how I would have said it. I watch King Peleus embrace his son. I see the boy toss the garland in the air and catch it again. He is laughing, and his face is bright with victory. Boom. We meet our man. Okay. Achilles is here. There's this kind of like race thing, whatever. Patroclus isn't participating. Patroclus is kind of not athletically inclined. He describes himself a lot in the book as being like disappointing, scrawny, weak, you know, not fit to be a prince, especially when he sees Achilles. But he's watching him be embraced by his father for winning a race, which is something he doesn't get. His father hates his guts. And so it's really upsetting to have to watch him and yearn for this relationship with his father that I don't even think he realizes that he wants. He's just kind of making an observation to be like, I would never get that kind of treatment. He doesn't necessarily say that he wishes he did or he yearns for it, but you don't kind of like have those thoughts really unless it's something that you feel like you're lacking. So it's really sad to see how other boys are being treated by their parents and Patroclus gets absolutely nothing. Chapter 2. My father already knew, that I might say, that I was 9, unsightly, unpromising, and uninteresting. Still, my face burned with shame. I knew how I must look to these men. Boom. Patroclus is trying to woo and win the hand of Helen, because his dad told him to. They're on this trip to go deliver gifts and whatever. Be like, pick me. One, the dad's an asshole, you know, putting all this pressure on Patroclus. So the pressure he's feeling of, one, not being liked and or loved by his father. And then 2, now he gets the pressure of, well, maybe if I can do this thing, he'll like me more. You know, like, his father literally is all he says to him is, don't disgrace us. That is crazy work. And what a horrible thing. That will, like, fuck, like, children. How many times can I say, like, I'm pissing myself off? Oh my god. That's such a horrible... Children are so impressionable, and that's why I think it's really important to be a good parent. Obviously, like, this will fuck up kids, this kind of treatment. He's only 9 years old, and this is how he's being treated by his father. Like, he's worthless and nothing, and is only there to gain him something. That's not going to do well at all for someone's mental state, especially when the mental state itself is being pushed and molded at this time. And so I hate it. I mean, as you should. I don't think anyone likes child abuse, except the abusers, I guess. But then they deserve to die. It's just icky. And a lot of things in this book are icky, and we'll get there when we talk about it. But there's a lot of heavy things that go on in this book that aren't really like main ideas or plots. And this is where I'm gonna say I'm gonna need someone's clarification, unless it's kind of mysterious on purpose. What the hellings did Odysseus do? He's here, and he does this thing where he's like, let the women choose, which I lie. I lie, Odysseus. He's saying let Helen choose who she wants, and everyone in the room has to take a blood oath to swear their protection to her, so that, like, if they don't get chosen, no one fights each other to the death over it. Which, like, cool idea, I guess. However, the prince, the king of Helen, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name right now, okay? The king just kind of agrees to it when he could have just not. And I don't understand what Odysseus gets out of this. Like, they do mention that they've kind of talked and discussed in private, and Odysseus has already promised one of the king's daughters. So, like, they're obviously close and obviously have some kind of, like, alliance team thing going on. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to, like, be left in the dark. Like, I'm not supposed to get it. It is just supposed to be kind of, like, weird and fishy. Why did he do that? Why did he just agree? Like, what's the purpose? Or if you're supposed to get it, because I didn't get it. So if you got it, I'm gonna need you to let me know. Because I don't know. I couldn't tell if I was just being stupid or if it's supposed to be just left to nothing. Chapter 3. I stood in the field. In my hands were 2 pairs of dice, a gift. Not from my father, who'd never think of it. Not from my mother, who sometimes did not know me. I could not remember who had given them to me. My father had spent his life scrambling to keep his kingdom, and would not risk losing it over such a son as me, when heirs and wombs that bore them were so easy to come by. So he agreed. I would be exiled. But my father was a practical man. My weight in gold was less than the expense of the lavish funeral my death would have demanded. Here is what kind of sets everything in motion. Patroclus kills the boy, right? And kills is a strong word for this. The boy was stupid. I know this happens, okay? I know this kind of shit happens. But Patroclus just, like, pushing him, someone who's described to be weak and scrawny and frail, pushes the boy, and also 9. Hey, he's also 9 years old. Pushes the boy, and he falls backwards and hits his head hard enough to bleed out and die.
Huh?
It almost, to me, seems like that was a skill issue. Maybe that was more of a him issue, a more him problem. I don't know, like, that's so stupid. I mean, like, in hindsight, I'm glad it happened for who he meets. But so silly, so stupid, whatever. He deserved to die if he just, croaked over that easily. Is that a fucked up thing to say? I don't mean to be insensitive if that's, like, kind of a fucked up thing to say. I mean in this specific circumstance only. Not to any other situations. So he's exiled. He's exiled. He said, get the fuck out of here. Killing you is not worth it because it would cost me more. Fuck, bro. That is crazy. Crazy. Again, what a thing to do to someone's very impressionable mental state. I am not even worth to kill. Damn, that's fucked up. Damn, that's crazy. That's actually so insane to say. Not only to someone, but someone who's 9. A child. An innocent. And this is where I'm gonna be like, I don't really want to talk about and mention this kind of icky stuff. I mean, you already know if you read the chapters, but the way women are treated in this story are not great. There's a lot of mentions of rape. A lot of mentions of rape. Specifically Achilles' mother, by King Peleus, obviously, to poor Achilles. So it's just kind of yuck. I hate it. And I understand the times or whatever, you know, the story. The Greek mythology in itself has a lot of rape in it. So, you know, I understand about this much. It still makes me feel yuck. It still makes me feel icky nasty. I still don't like reading about it. It's a very sensitive topic to me. Just want to say that. And I understand discomfort in reading it. And here's just one of these lines. I just like the way it was worded. I love this. I love the way it's written. An ordinary wife would have considered herself lucky to find a husband with Peleus' mildness, his smile-lined face. But for the sea nymph Thetis, nothing could ever eclipse the stain of his dirty, mortal mediocrity. Oh, shit. Bars. Get this girl on a diss track! Peleus' son. I could still remember the dark wreath against his bright hair, the way his pink soles had flashed along the track. That is what a son should be. In the 5 years since I had seen him, he had outgrown his babyish roundness. I gaped at the cold shock of his beauty. Deep green eyes, features fine as a girl's. It was struck from me sudden, springing dislike. I had not changed so much, nor so well. We meet our man again, officially, Achilles, who is the son of Peleus. And Peleus wasn't there when Patroclus, you know, arrives, so Achilles is the one who greets him. Again, it's really sad, and this is what I'm talking about. Seeing Achilles, he remembers him so vividly from 5 years old. Listen, the ages in this book kind of throw me off a little bit. What do you mean you're 5? And you're like thinking about how your father doesn't love you. Baby, you're 5. You're not having these kinds of thoughts. I don't know what 5-year-olds think about, okay? I never was one. But it's like, it just rubs me a little silly. Like, even right now, like, you're 10. You're having some crazy, complicated, conflicting thoughts for a 9-year-old. He remembered seeing him and the feelings that he had seeing him when he was 5 at the races. And now he's seeing him again. And now, since what's happened, he's been exiled and is no longer a prince himself. And so he was already insecure watching Achilles get, you know, some of the things that he wished he had. And now anything he did have has been stripped away from him. And so now he's here with nothing, standing in front of Achilles again, who kind of has everything he wishes he had. And he repeats the sentence a lot. That's what a prince should be. That's how I should have acted. And that's how I should have behaved. It's really sad to compare yourself like that, especially when all the cards weren't in his favor, maybe the way Achilles were. Peleus is kind of cool besides, you know, the rape and everything like that. He kind of takes in orphan boys, just in general. Of course, like, it's kind of for his own motive. If he gives them food, house, and anything they could ask for, in exchange, they grow up and train to be a part of his army. So it's, I mean, it's a pretty alright exchange, I feel like. That's a pretty cool thing to do. So he just kind of, I mean, he's not here yet. We meet him, I think, next chapter, but he just kind of takes them in. And I think that's really sweet. And it seems like their living conditions are nice. Patroclus doesn't describe them being dirty or dingy or like anything wrong with them like that, especially coming from a prince who's kind of used to his kingdom as well being bigger than theirs because they kind of live modestly. He doesn't kind of mention any of that stuff. So it makes me think like it's a pretty good life for these orphan boys to live. And I think that's really cool. And he has visions of the dead boy while he's sleeping, so he has a hard time sleeping, which is, oh my god, he's so troubled. And it's so sad. I just want to give him a hug and like pet his hair and just be like, shh. It'll be okay, it'll be okay, like, that's so sad. Not only has he been tormented by the only parents he ever had and exiled and kicked from his home, then he feels the shame, that's a big thing for him, he feels the shame of what he's accidentally done, the one and only time he's ever stood up for himself, and now he's been banished for it, and he can't even sleep to distress or get away, because now his own mind is tormenting him in his sleep. He gets no breaks, no calmness, no closure, no nothing. Oh, that's so sad. Chapter 4. It was the only time I saw Achilles. His days were separate, princely, filled with duties we had no part of. But he took each meal with us, circulating among the tables. In the huge hall, his beauty shone like a flame, vital and bright, drawing my eye against my will. Perhaps most remarkable was his unself-consciousness. He did not preen or pout as the other handsome children did. For a second our eyes held, and I felt a shock run through me. At least once at dinner, he would turn and catch me before I could feign indifference. Those seconds, half-seconds, that the line of our gaze connected were the only moment in my day that I felt anything at all. Immediately, there's something a little fruity, a little spritzy in the air with Patroclus. He just can't stop mentioning how fucking beautiful Achilles is. And it's so funny because it's one of those things, like, you know when you hate someone and they just happen to, like, be beautiful or like body tea, and they like post a photo on Instagram and you're just like, damn it makes me hate you more that you're so damn good looking. Like, fuck you, if you're gonna be an ugly person, have an ugly face, you know? Like, it pissed me off when bad people are beautiful. It's like, god damn it, that could have gone someone who would really use that face for good, you know? He just has this dislike for him on the instinct that he's just so jealous of him, but he's also extremely beautiful. And so he's, damn it, like, ugh. Also, saying that the only time in your day when you feel anything at all is when you're locking eyes with him? What? Okay. What? I love that. That's so cute. I love it. I love it. It makes me feel, I feel all giddy about it. I feel fangirly about it. I want to see them kiss. So beautiful, even I could not pretend disinterest. Only the way his fingers held it so gently stopped me from rising in rage. His mother's lyre was something that, you know, he took with him to kind of buy his way in. And it was gifted to Achilles, and Achilles now plays it as his main instrument. And that fucking tickles Patroclus in not the fun, yummy way, obviously. And so he's getting angry about it, but he watches him and just the way he respects the instrument, not knowing anything of its origin and or significance to Patroclus, but just being respectful and handling it so gently and beautifully and not being kind of a prick with it. Patroclus is immediately like, I'm not even mad. Oh! I love it. I could not play now, not ever if I could listen to him instead. Without meaning to, I found myself leaning forward. And then Achilles is all cute and sings and plays really well, and so Patroclus is just like totally entranced by him. And he's like, bitch, I will never play again in my whole damn life if that means I get to listen to Achilles play. Oh my god, he want his cookie bad. Chapter 5. Yes, but it is not his fault. I forgot to say I wished him for a companion. Therapin was the word he used, a brother in arms, sworn to a prince by blood oaths and love. Another reason the boys swarmed Peleus' sons showing off. They hoped to be chosen. The boy's in exile, with a stain upon him. He will add no luster to your reputation. I do not need him to, Achilles said, not proudly or boastfully, honestly. I fucking love it.
Life is worth living.
I think Achilles really appreciates Patroclus's indifference towards him. You know, because Patroclus is, you know, this mortal demigod thing, and he's a prince, obviously. So they're kind of not really trying to get to know him personally. They just kind of want what being close with Achilles will do with their own reputations and their own lives, that they're just kind of swarming him in hopes that they get picked and not really to get to know him or care about him. And I think the way Patroclus didn't fawn over Achilles meant a lot to him and made him interested in him immediately, which is why he went to go find him of his own accord. And to immediately be like, okay, well, let's go talk to my father. And they walk in, and Patroclus is all fucking scared because he didn't even knock, and he's so fucking traumatized from his father that he's like, oh god, I was already going to be punished, but we didn't even knock when we walked in here, so now I'm definitely going to get, you know, my shit fucking rocked. And Achilles and Peleus don't have that kind of relationship. I actually love their kind of relationship. Yeah, I want Patroclus to be my official bitch now. And Peleus is like, it's not going to really boost your, you know, stats or anything. Achilles is like, I don't need him to. I think genuinely he just wants a real friend. Someone who to actually talk with and care for him, not because of his fame and his name, but because he's a person. And I fucking love that. I love it. I love that trope where it's like, you're just different. I don't know, like, the only one that comes off the top of my head is Twilight, where Edward has always been fawned over and all these girls have always wanted to be with him. Even, you know, one of Bella's friends has mentioned that she's tried to get with him, but he just doesn't respond or whatever. And Bella immediately walks in, she's different, and he's interested in her and stalking her and all this stuff. Which, side note, I actually kind of want to read the Twilight books. I've never read them before. I wonder if that's something we'd be interested in doing. Let me know your thoughts on that. I know that the books are very different from the movies, especially Bella's character is much different, which makes me very interested. Not to get off on too much of a tangent here, but I love that trope where something about you is just different. Like, you were destined to always be lovers kind of thing. Like, I love that. I love that fucking Patroclus just walked in here, ignored Achilles, and Achilles was like, yeah, that one's mine. I'm gonna take that. I love it. I love it. An hour before, I would have said I was glad to be rid of him. Now, strangely, I felt stung. And this is kind of something, in exchange, Achilles does for Patroclus, where Patroclus gives Achilles attention that's not unwarranted, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, he gives him attention just because he's a person, not because he's Achilles and he's looking to get something out of him. And in exchange, Achilles listens to Patroclus and, you know, respects him. So in this little, and this is me really, like, I don't know, maybe I'm really nitpicking or whatever, but that's the fucking point of this. In this small little conversation that they have where Achilles tells him that he's destined to be the greatest warrior of their generation, and that's why he trains alone and no one watches him train, and he says, I'm gonna leave. And Achilles is like, oh, okay. Is that, you know, is that known from everyone? And Achilles is like, some people know, some people don't. That's why no one watches me train. And then instead of just like dismissing Patroclus like most people do to him and just like leave, he, one, gave him an explanation for his genuine question that he asked, but two, he didn't go, watched him, and seemed to be waiting for his answer. Until Patroclus was like, okay, well then I'll see you at dinner. And then he leaves. Like, just that tiny bit, that tiny little ounce of respect, like, yes, you treat me like a person, and I am also going to treat you as a person. I love it. It's so good. Patroclus. Achilles did not slur my name as people often did, running it together as if in a hurry to be rid of it. Instead, he rang each syllable. Patroclus. He did not usually address us by name. Tonight, you're going to sleep in my room, he said. And now he had bestowed the long-awaited honor upon the most unlikely of us, small and ungrateful and probably cursed. Again, it's the whole, like, mutual kind of respect human aspect that they are both looking for in different ways. He just says his name as like a normal person, and it's big enough for Patroclus to literally note it and like take that to heart, that he just genuinely speaks his name. Like, that's so sad that is a big thing for him. My poor baby. And then Achilles is like, yeah, you're gonna be taking it up in my room with me tonight. He looked different in sleep, beautiful but cold as moonlight. I found myself wishing he would wake so that I might watch the life return. There was a vividness to him, even at rest, that made death and spirits seem foolish. After a time, I found I could sleep again. After that, the dreams lessened and dropped away. I learned that he was not so dignified as he looked. Beneath his poised stillness was another face full of mischief and faceted like a gem. He was like a flame himself. And this is where their friendship, really blossoms. And just like the way Patroclus describes the way he feels or thinks about Achilles, even like all the way at the beginning like we are now, is so beautiful. I love it's like hopeless romance, oh, I love it. This sweet, succulent feeling, and the way he describes it is so breathtaking. I am obsessed with Patroclus. I love him. I love the way he loves Achilles. Not yet, but we get there. He just describes him with such I want someone to describe me like that. If someone described me as a flame and that I have such a vividness that it makes darkness seem foolish, are you kidding me? If anyone ever described me like that out of their own volition, not like me saying this right now, I would cry, shit myself, throw up, and then force them to marry me. So, what he meant, and he was puzzled if you did not. Some people might have mistaken this for simplicity, but is it not a sort of genius to cut always to the heart? Bars, bro. That's so fucking fire to say. Holy shit. I felt in a trance. He had been trained a little bit by his father. The rest was what? Divine? This was more of the gods than I have ever seen in my life. He made it look beautiful, this sweating, hacking art of ours. I understood why his father did not let him fight in front of the others. How could any ordinary man take pride in his own skill when there was this in the world? What are we talking about? Oh my god! I love the way this fucking shit is written, and the way Patroclus describes Achilles, and Achilles only, by the way. God, who says that about someone? And who's gonna say that about me? Bruh. Okay? Who's gonna write and describe and say this shit about me? I'm fucking waiting for it. What? I have goosebumps all over my body. I have a full body chill reading that. Oh my god, I love it. Something in the way he spoke it drained the last of my anger from me. I had minded once, but who was I now to begrudge such a thing? As if he heard me, he smiled, and his face was like the sun. Shut the fuck up. I'm actually over it. Now it's making me upset. Now it's making me upset because who the fuck is gonna talk about me like that? Me when I get jealous. Me being jealous over fictional characters. Bitch, get a grip. Chapter 6. And I know we read it. We have all read this book, okay? I know you have read this already. The writing is just too damn good. I'm gonna gush about a couple of quotes here, and you are gonna bear with me because I'm pretty damn sure you feel the exact same way with how fucking good this shit is written. I just have to read it for all of us again. I just have to. It's so good. Our friendship came all at once after that, like spring floods from the mountains. And we swam or played or talked, a feeling would come. It was almost like fear in the way it filled me, rising in my chest. It was almost like tears in how swiftly it came. But it was neither of those, buoyant where they were heavy, bright where they were dull. I saw then how I had changed. I did not mind anymore that I had lost when we raced, and I lost when we swam out to the rocks, and I lost when we tossed spears or skipped stones. For who can be ashamed to lose to such beauty? It was enough to watch him win, to see the soles of his feet flashing as they kicked up sand, or the rise and fall of his shoulders as he pulled through the salt. It was enough. Oh my god. Chills, just chills all over my body again. Can you see the way my hair is standing up on my skin? It's so sweet and pure and wholesome, and he just is appreciating having life and having fun and being happy for once. This is the one and only time he's ever been happy in his entire life growing up. And now he has a best friend and someone who loves and cares and appreciates and respects him. And he's never ever had anyone, not even a parent, do that for him. It's so special. Oh, it just gets me riled up. I fucking love this shit. I'm fucking like, this book is feeding the fuck out of me, and I'm just everything, all of it. I love it. I love it. I stared at him, stunned by the simplicity of it. I could have lied. And then the revelation that followed. If I had lied, I would still be a prince. It was not murder that had exiled me. It was my lack of cunning. I understood now, the disgust in my father's eyes, his moron son confessing it all. I recall how his jaw had hardened as I spoke. He does not deserve to be a king. That shit is crazy. Bars. Him murdering the boy was not the reason he was exiled. It was his lack of cunning. He just wasn't man enough to take it or own it or lie or, you know, like he was not fit to be king. Like, oh, holy shit. Scops. Peleus took to calling me Owl for my big eyes. He was good at this sort of affection, general and unbinding. And Peleus gave him a nickname. And they're such best friends that they just sit around a fire and listen to him tell stories. And now he kind of has this sort of father figure in him. And oh, this is such a great new life for Patreus. What was I gonna say? I was watching, so unrelated. I was watching a God of War clip a couple minutes ago, and I think my brain wanted to say Atreus and Patroclus at the same time. Boy, because that's what I was, when we were talking about him murdering the boy earlier, that's what I was thinking of, is Kratos just saying, boy. And now it's all mixed in my head, and it's all Greek mythology, so it's all just like, whatever. A great new life for Patroclus. I'm so happy for him. He deserves to be happy. He deserves this love and respect. Ugh. I knew him well enough to see that he was embarrassed. He was never so stiff with me. I love that line just because it shows how much they've grown together and grown to really trust one another and be real best friends. That I love that he's like, I know he's feeling this kind of way because he would never act like this usually around me. I love it. Can I stop saying that? I need to find other words to describe me loving it. A tightness I had not known was there eased a little. I would not lose him yet. He meets Thetis, you know, Achilles' mom, and she fucking, hates mortals, whatever. I get it, what she's been through. I would hate mortals too. Okay, I'm not fucking victim blaming or nothing. But she hates Patroclus just like on the fact that he's immortal. Like, he really hasn't done anything. Like, he's Achilles' best friend. Achilles likes him enough to have talk about him to her. So, like, whatever. Get over it. But she literally tells him to his face that he's going to die soon. Crazy scary. But the main thing that he's worried about is when she said that he's going to be, a god, a warrior, and he was scared that that was going to take Achilles away from him. And he's comforted by the fact that he will not lose him yet. Oh, it's so good. Chapter 7. I just want to bring up that this chapter is particularly icky nasty because the boys have just turned 13. They're all kind of going through puberty and getting hormonal, and so a lot of them are raping the servant girls, which is uncomfortable. A lot of them say it was consensual, so I mean, I'm sure some of them, I don't know, some of them say that they wanted it equally. So we a little bit of grain of salt, but a lot of them rape them. So I just had to mention that I don't like it. Okay, it's uncomfortable. It's like the elephant in the room. Like, I just had to mention. This morning, he had leapt onto my bed and pressed his nose against mine. Good morning, he'd said. I remembered the heat coming off of him against my skin. That girl, do you like her? He ran at me, pushed me backwards onto my cot, leaned over me. I'm sick of talking about her, he said. The heat rose up my neck, wrapped fingers over my face. His hair fell around me, and I could smell nothing but him. And then Patroclus has a wet dream about him. Patroclus officially want that cookie. Okay, officially Patroclus has gay feelings about Achilles. This is where I'm gonna say that he literally describes how he feels nothing towards any of the servant girls when they talk about that kind of stuff. Like, he just thinks about Achilles. And he has a specific dream about him. Oh my god. And Achilles, you know, I understand. Why is he jumping on him like that and pushing him against the bed? And pushing his nose against them. They're like this. Like this. That's basically... That's all it takes is a little... Like, that is so intimate. I understand why Patroclus is, like, flustered. Beneath all of it is his own smell. The one I go to sleep with and the one I wake up to. Sometimes, after we have wrestled, my own skin smells like it. He watches me. It seems like he is waiting. I shift, an infinitesimal movement towards him. It is like the leap from a waterfall. I do not know, until then, what I'm going to do. I lean forward and our lips land clumsily on each other. I can taste his mouth, hot and sweet with honey from dessert. My stomach trembles and a warm drop of pleasure spreads beneath my skin. More. He kisses him! He kisses him! Oh my god. But uh-oh. 1, Achilles runs away. Yikes. Not a good sign. 2, Mama Theta saw. And she almost fucking kills Patroclus for it. Crazy! And says that he is going away soon. Which then the only things that they speak to each other again is Achilles saying, hey, I'm leaving. Yikes! And then he leaves. And then he just leaves. Patroclus is laying there the morning that he's leaving. And he opens his eyes and he sees him walking out with his bag. He closes them. He opens his eyes again, and Achilles is gone. Oop. The kiss was that bad, huh? Damn! That sucks. And Achilles was the only thing he had, you know? The only thing that kind of, where his life started picking up for him was because of Achilles. And now it's just gone. What is he to do? Chapter 8? I could leave. The thought was sudden, arresting. I had come to the road, meaning only to escape the sea, but the path lay before me, the mountains, and Achilles. I promised myself that if I ever saw him again, I would keep my thoughts behind my eyes. I had learned now what it would cost me if I did not. I would not catch up to Achilles. I was sure of that now. This is where I was a little slow. I hadn't realized when I first was reading this that he was thinking about going to be with Achilles, like go run after him, until he said he wouldn't catch up with him. I was like, oh, that's so cute. He can't live his life without him. And it's so fucking devastating for him to be like, if I see him again, I will keep my feelings to myself and I will never, try that shit again because it will cost me everything if I do. And I understand that. That's so devastating. It's okay to love. I have to hide myself in order to protect everything that matters to me. My livelihood and my happiness and what makes life living. Patroclus. Achilles was looking down at me. I'd hoped you would come, he said. My stomach rolled, awash with nerves and relief at once. I am assuming, Achilles, that this was why you have not joined me on the mountain? My mind groped towards the understanding. Achilles had not gone to Chiron. He had waited here for me. Wrap it the fuck up. They're so perfect. After, despite having a little bit of a hiccup in the road, right, they didn't really talk to each other for a second there, Patroclus feeling like it's his fault because he kissed him. Patroclus, on his own, decides that he needs to run after him. And Achilles, on his own, decides that he needs to wait for him. No, I can't take it. I can't take it. It's too good. My steak is too juicy. Also, there's only one bed. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There's only one bed. Uh-oh. 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 I fucking love there's only one bed trope. It's perfect and it works every damn time. It works every damn time. And you know what every damn time? Me? I'm like this. Every damn time. There being only one bed's gonna do it for me, okay? It's gonna do it for me. I fucking love it. And Chiron literally being like, I have no issues with him being here. Just, you know, don't lie to me. I love him. I lie. Chapter 9. I stretched, startled a little when my limbs bumped against Achilles, still asleep beside me. I watched him a moment, rosy cheeks and steady breaths. Something tugged at me just beneath my skin. I can't take this. I can't take this. When we're talking about how Hercules went insane and in madness killed his wife and child because he just couldn't, recognize them in his crazy, lunatic spell. I listened and did not speak. Achilles' eyes were bright in the firelight, his face drawn sharply by the flickering shadows. I would know it in dark or disguise, I told myself. I would know it even in madness. Yeah. Holy shit, fucking goosebumps. My goosebumps are crazy. My mother's lyre. He had brought it with him. I wish I had known, I said the first day when he had showed it to me. I almost did not come because I did not want to leave it. He smiled. Now I know how to make you follow me everywhere. The sun sank below the ridges, and we were happy. Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Chapter 10! Thank you, Madeline Miller, for Chapter 10! His voice was remote, almost careless. You would not be displeased, I think, with how you look now. My face grew warm again, but we spoke no more of it. I would wrench my gaze from him and remember the day on the beach and the coldness in his eyes and how he ran from me. And always, I remembered his mother. He can't deny his love for him. And he literally, has to leave at some points during the day to go masturbate to Thoughts of Achilles. He has to. There's no other way. There's no other way. He does have to do this. Yeah, unfortunately he does. There's no other way to cope. He can't just get over it. No. He has to do this. Slowly, as if to escape my own notice, my hand would move to rest between my thighs. There was a shame in this thing that I did, and a greater shame still in the thoughts that came with it. But it would be worse to think of them inside the rose quartz cave, with him beside me. I just want to point out that on page 98, I had written, I need them to kiss, please. And then on page 99, Achilles spoke again. She says she cannot see us here. What do you mean? She says, I asked her if she watches us here. She says she does not. Oh. I wish to tell you because I thought you would wish to know she was not pleased that I asked her. She was not pleased. Are you pleased with her answer? Yes. I closed my eyes and waited long minutes until I guessed he was asleep. Then I turned to look at him. He was on his side watching me. I had not heard him turn. I never hear him. He was utterly motionless, and that stillness was his alone. I breathed and was aware of the bare stretch of dark pillow between us. He leaned forward. Our mouths opened under each other, and the warmth of his sweetened throat poured into mine. I could not think. I could do nothing but drink him in. Each breath as it came, the soft movements of his lips. It was a miracle. Yes! 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 Oh my god. Yes! Oh, For one, again, if you understand this better than me, I would love you to clarify it for me as someone who is slow. When he said that his mother said that she could not see them there and didn't watch them, what does that mean? If I'm understanding it correctly, she's a god, right? So is she getting like this like top-down view, like from the heavens, like from Olympus, to see them like above? He could always see Achilles because that's her son. Or like she like stalker watches them, like sees them how, watches them how, and she can't? Why can't she? I just assumed it was some sort of like heavenly downward perspective on Achilles because he's her son. But if that's not what you got from it, let me know. But they kiss, and not only do they kiss, but Achilles kisses Patroclus, which was what needed to happen since Patroclus is so horribly traumatized from Achilles running away from him, and he literally says, like, thinks as they're kissing that he's almost too scared to move because he doesn't want to frighten Achilles away. Oh, goodness. Wow, if they're so perfect for each other, I absolutely love them. I absolutely adore them together. And then they do a little this together, if you catch my drift. They do a little this. They do a little hokey pokey, a little dorking peanuts. What? I asked him. If it is bad, let it be over quickly, because he's traumatized still, again, from him running away from him. I did not think that we would ever. He was hesitating over every word, and I could not blame him. I did not think so either, I said. Are you sorry? The words were quickly out of him in a single breath. I am not, I said. I am not either. I will never leave him. It will be this, always, for as long as he will let me. If I had the words to speak such a thing, I would have, but there was none that seemed big enough for it to hold that swelling truth. Oh my god! And then after that conversation, they do the hokey poke again. Yes. Later, we lay on the riverbank, learning the lines of each other's bodies anew. This and this and this. We were like gods at the dawning of the world, and our joy was so bright we could see nothing else but each other. And then, because they're so incredibly in love, and Patroclus is insecure, he starts asking Achilles like, you guys didn't tell me I had lipstick on my teeth. How rude. We're supposed... In the club, we are all family, or did you forget that, okay? Tell me next time if there's lipstick on my teeth. I cannot believe you didn't tell me that. So rude, unless you were fucking laughing at me. Okay. Anyway, they're in love, and Patroclus is insecure, so he's like, oh, what if your father finds out? What if your mother finds out? What if Chiron finds out? And Achilles is like, don't care. That will not stop me from loving you. And then he says that he makes him swear. They promise to each other that Achilles is going to be the first happy and famous hero because Patroclus is the reason. I actually can't take this, unfortunately. Things are going so well, and I just fucking know they're gonna go, like, I know it's gonna get fucked up. Oh my god. I love them so much. I love them. This is the best, the most amazing thing I've ever read in my entire life. Oh my god, I'm not ready. I know it's gonna get fucked up. But I love them so much, and they love each other so much, and I just can't take this anymore. I don't want to read. I don't want to read anymore. Patroclus is the reason he will be happy. I can't do it. I love them so much. We will be back soon, Achilles said again. Chiron's eyes were dark in the slanting afternoon light. I will look for you, he said. And then they get fucking summoned back to the war thing, whatever. They have to leave Chiron. Chiron, I think, understands that maybe they won't be coming back because they're gonna have to, you know, go do this war thing. And I'm gonna be pissed if this is the last time we see him, because I didn't really talk about him a lot here, but I love him. I think he's the perfect figure that the both of them needed in very different ways to kind of mature as men. They're only 16. So as mature, you know, as you can be as a 16-year-old. I think that having him as a mentor for the 3 years that they were there was really important for both of them and their mental states. And it, like, this is what they needed. And I love Chiron for that. He is so perfect and patient and gentle and logical. And I really appreciated him as a character for these two. I think he's amazing and I love him. And they have such a beautiful, happy little family life up in the mountains. And I just don't want that to be over. And I don't want to not see him ever again. I'm nervous. I want them. They should just abandon all other responsibilities and duties and wanting to be gods or whatever and just, you know, be adopted by Chiron and live there forever happily. That's what I want. That's what I wish would happen. Our final chapter, 11. Even amidst the noise of preparations, Achilles' voice seemed loud. Father, I do not see a place for Patroclus. My blush went even deeper. Achilles, I began to whisper. It does not matter. I wanted to say, I will sit with the men. It is all right. But he ignored me. Patroclus is my sworn companion. His place is beside me. Thetis' eyes flickered. I could feel the heat in them. I saw the refusal on her lips. Very well, Peleus said. Is that you? You were there? Achilles had turned back to face me. His voice was low, barely audible, but I still feared that someone might hear it. I nodded. My throat was too dry for words. I had thought only of Achilles' danger, of how I would keep him here. If I could. I had not even considered myself. Listen, it is not your name anymore. Say nothing. We will think what to do. We will ask Chiron. Achilles never spoke like that, each word cutting off next in the haste. His urgency brought me back to myself a little, and I took heart from his eyes on mine. I nodded again. Achilles' room was as we had left it, except for the cot, which had been removed in our absence. I was glad. It was an easy excuse in case anyone asked why we shared a bed. We reached for each other, and I thought of how many nights I lain awake in this room, loving him in silence. Later, Achilles pressed close for a final drowsy whisper. If you have to go, you know I will go with you. We slept. Whoo, bitch! His place is beside me. He's my sworn companion. Yes! Whoa! That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. And then they have sex in Achilles' room where Patroclus lied awake, loving him in silence. Bitch, I can't take it. I love 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 it. I'll say it a million times over. I love it. It's so fucking good, and I'm scared. I think, again, this happened to be the perfect stopping point for first act, because now everything's kind of set up and out of the way, and we're just gonna get going from here. And I'm like, if I don't read anymore, if I just stop reading now, they live happily ever after, and I don't have to, and nothing bad happens. If I stop reading now, they are alive and well and together and in love, and nothing bad happens to them. I'm scared. I know this book is devastating. I am trying to keep it, like, to keep that in the back of my mind. I went into this knowing nothing. I have no idea, besides basic Greek mythology, you know, Achilles' heel. I know, I'm going to assume that the tragedy in this book is that Achilles dies. So I am trying to keep that in the back of my mind. Besides that, I know nothing. The only thing I've seen, like, on TikTok or anything is people crying to this book. So that has me really fucking nervous. And then we have what Thetis said, you know, you're going to die soon. Hey, what the fuck does that mean in Patroclus's case? And he's scrawny and doesn't train, and now he has to go to war, maybe, for this fucking bitch Helen, who fucking got kidnapped, whatever conspiracy I'm thinking with Odysseus, and they were saying how they built up all this, like, security, and she was so well protected, and whoever kidnapped her came in the night and didn't do it in a manly way, so there's fucking, like, something's going on with that conspiracy, so that makes me nervous. I don't know, I'm so nervous, and I just love them so much, and they're so special to me that if I don't read anymore, they stay happy and everything's fine, and I don't destroy myself over it. Right? Like, obviously, we're gonna keep going. Bitch, you didn't tell me there was fucking lipstick on my teeth. Like, literally lock in, get this shit together, and don't make me, like, a fool in front of everyone. Like, that's so rude. Obviously, we're gonna read it. I'm not gonna DNF it just because I love them so much, right? But I'm nervous. I have chills all over my body again. I don't want to do it. And I know it's devastating, and I'm not ready. I'm stressed. I can feel it in my throat. That, like, anxious, like, I'm gonna gag and throw up feeling. Tell me how we're feeling. How are you feeling? Are you feeling as anxious as me? Please let me know. I need I need some community in this. Tell me your thoughts and feelings. All of it. I want to know, and I will read every comment and respond. Let me know how you are feeling about this. And I've seen a lot of people talk about, and I'm going to talk about Shane and Ilya again. Okay, God, shoot me down, okay? I see a lot of similarities in the two of them, Shane and Ilya, and Patroclus and Achilles. I think Shane is Achilles, and I think Patroclus is Ilya, for specific reasons. Should I get into it? I don't really want to get into it. I don't want to, like, distract from, like, the book we're currently reading. I don't know. In the ways that, like, Achilles was kind of this, like, destined to be a great player, a great warrior, I feel like that coincides with Shane's kind of, like, giftedness. And then Patroclus's family issues and seeking security and self-worth in a lover is very aligned with Ilya. However, you know, Patroclus is, like, weak and isn't gonna go to war, so I feel like that doesn't fight or anything, so that doesn't, obviously they're not the same characters, so not everything aligns with them, but those are the reasons why I think those are those characters, and it kind of reminds me of them a little bit. I'm kind of seeing Shane and Ilya in them, only because I read that book first. I feel like if it was the other way around, and I was reading Long Game now, I would see Achilles and Patroclus in them, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, like, either book is better or whatever, I don't know. I'm rambling about nothing. But I had seen, and that's why I thought this was such a great pick for our next book after that, is I had seen a lot of people talking about these two books together. And, like, if there was an adaptation of this book, people would want Hudson and Connor to play them. And I kind of get it now. I understand where we're coming from there. I do see the similarities, and I do see the connections, and I do think that they would do a great job of playing these two characters. I do. Anyway, again, as always, please tell me everything you are thinking and feeling. I want to know. I will read and respond. I am more nervous than excited to continue reading, just because I'm really emotionally invested in them, and I know it ends in tragedy, and I'm just trying to keep that in the back of my mind. But we must trek on, brothers. Oh yes, we'll be reading to chapter 21. 22. We will be reading chapters 11 through 22. Stop at 23, do not read 23. That is our assignment. Chapter 11 through 22, ring, 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 bong, bong, bong. That is our chapters, our assignment of the week. Next week, we will be checking in for those chapters, okay? 11 through 22, not 23. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with those chapters all read. All right. Love you. Bye.